Hello everybody. Can I change? Can I sustain change? Is it possible or is it just a wishful thinking? I read a book, I feel excited, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then I'm back to what I am. I go to a training place, I feel excited, charged up, but I'm back to what I want in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks. So, is this what you're going through? You started to believe maybe change is not possible, maybe you would be what you are. Even if it's possible, maybe it's not sustainable. Is this bothering you? Is this keeping you stuck in where you are? Is this keeping you stuck from bringing change and driving action in your life? If yes, you might like this video. Now, I want to take you back to those days when you were really small, when you learned writing A, alphabet A. Now, you know, if you look at any kid, how challenging it is when they start to learn writing A. For us, you can sleep and write A, right? Small a and then big A. How challenging it is for the kid to figure out what this A is, how to write, you know, the moving of hands and everything has to be learned. Practice so many hundreds of times, so many hours are spent to learn that A. A doesn't happen because he has been told or she has been told that A has to happen. A happens with the practice and persistence and training with teachers and parents and the whole system. That's where the A happens, and now it happens so very easily, right? Now, let me give you a better example. Bicycle. How many of you, do you know riding bicycle? Now, even if you don't know riding a bicycle, have you tried learning balancing on a two-wheeler, on a bicycle, on a motorbike? Now, you know, when you really don't know, it looks impossible to ride a bicycle, right? How do you balance and how do you really cycle? It's challenging. It looks impossible. Now, you know balancing now. You know how to ride a bicycle now. You can just hop on it and just ride as easy as anything else. Now, when you had fallen, when you learned bicycle, how was it? It was like impossible to figure out how to balance. Now, you had learnt balancing. How? It is because you had risen one more time than you had fallen. That's when you learned bicycle. That's when you learned balancing. That's when it's so easy for you today. It is not because you thought you could and you conceptualized it. It is because you had risen one more time than you had fallen. Now that's how we change. Now that's an excellent example. But if we come back to our life, how is it going to be useful? We are big now, we have our challenges and all the saboteurs will keep coming giving lot of reasons. Let me dive in. Now the point is the cycling, raising one more time than you had fallen happened because of the structure you had and the belief systems you came from. You see most of humanity learning bicycling like that. So there is a strong reference point, belief system that you will get there even when you in your heart are saying this looks impossible. But your parents know and people around you know this is the way it is. They hold behind you and there is a support. And then you go, learn. So the one more time of raising more than you falling happened because of the belief system. I had the last video on belief systems. You can refer back to that if you have not seen that. Now all our actions are triggered by the belief systems behind. So cycling you mastered from the belief systems, which made you try one more time than you had failed. Now, what is it like bringing that into your life now? You are targeting weight loss, for example. You could target your college degree from MIT, you could target setting up a $1 billion business, you could target growing your business, you could target bonding more with your relationships, whatever your target is. Now, let's pick an example of losing weight. You want to lose weight. It looks impossible. You try, you eat, you work out, doesn't happen, and you're back to what you are. It doesn't work. This is what you're telling yourself. Now, I would ask you, if this is what you're telling yourself, what's your reference point? What's the belief system you made around this? Are you talking to people who have been in your place, tried and failed, and say, hey, it's not possible, I'm like this, my routine is tough. Is this your repository of resources which is leading up to creating a belief system which is creating these thoughts that it is difficult and it sounds logical and right? Now, let me give you another perspective. Look at people who are really well physically. They are the weight they want. If they want six packs, they have. If they want to be having a slim body, they have. They want buckle up with protein and muscle, they have. Imagine you have 10 friends who you sit and stand and interact very closely. 10 of them who all know their job, who all have done well with their physique, the way they want. Now you try to approach weight loss. How would you think? What would you say to yourself? How would your approach be? They would have weight loss now has dynamics of food, workout, and of course feedback and measurement, which is absolutely critical. So if you interact with 10 of them who have really done well, they know how to measure their progress, how to be corrected, how to give right feedback of the progress and pat your back, and then that will propel us to move forward. Any achievers, weight gain, weight loss, setting up a business, doing very well in corporate world, take any set of people who really do get to their own milestones, are people who know this practice well, what to do, how to do, and doing it. What would you be like if you have these reference points? How would your belief systems be built? How would your thoughts happen? How would your action happen? Now reflect back onto your belief systems with what I said, with the example of getting up one more time than you had fallen, and see if the belief systems you carried just before this video of whether change is possible, whether it's sustainable, still hold good. I wish you well, and I would love to work with you and be of any kind of help, whichever way possible. You can write to me, bethebestself.com, interact with me on Facebook, or do well with the other resources you have around you, your friends, your colleagues, and everybody else. All the very best. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening.